whole story.
One-time all-powerful state operative knows it too well.
People are losing feet.
We link up with former Provincial Commissioner Joseph Kaguthi, who retired in 1999. He is now a frustrated man, with pension being at the heart of his tribulations.
The group 91 to 205 is very embarrassing to know the kind of PS, the pensions PSs are getting. My own PS has not even reached 15,000 a month. How much do you think I get? Last year it was very big here because I crocked 20,000 a month. Then I look at this one of Honorable Maraga. Is it Maraga? Chief Justice. 4 years is costing Wajiko 1 million a month. And I said, what is it? Is it jealous? Or shall we not be forgiven as past civil servants for saying that there is some evil spirit on that line? Yeah, because you serve the same constituency, the same Wajiko.
The Kenya Association of Retired Officers accused the government of neglect.
Incidentally, the documents that were produced by SRC were launched by the president himself in 2015, which means from that point they were handed over to the National Treasury. Why the National Treasury has not responded, we don't understand. But it's 5 years down the line, pensioners continue to suffer. The government, for reasons we don't understand, has refused to implement that package. And nobody is saying the reason why.
Other than the delays and low pension payouts for retirees, in comes another big challenge.
You start getting sick, you start getting ill. And the fact that when we are working, you have a medical cover, which means when you're not feeling well, you just go to hospital and you're treated and the insurance covers that. But now you find you're now not on that insurance. You do not have the medical insurance, which means you'll resort to either going to maybe over the counter, and maybe some illnesses do not require the over the counter. You really need proper medical checkup.
I've experienced a time of getting sick, spending a lot of money in the hospital, buying drugs, and so forth.
We go to the hospital. If you have not paid, you are in HIF, you are doomed. You have nobody to take care of you.
Due to the pandemic, family members lost medical covers after employers stopped remitting medical premiums, resulting in nearly half of retirees paying medical bills using cash, while 32% used insurance.
Often, that when people get to retirement, they are extremely asset rich but cash poor. So they are rich poor. They are rich in illiquid assets like land, real estate, but they are extremely poor in terms of cash. Cash is king. Cash is a lifeline of meeting your immediate financial obligations, and it's advisable when one gets closer to retirement to start to build up a little bit more of cash and less of illiquid assets.
Some retirees are dependent upon with their young families, to others still being sole providers to their extended families.
The fact that we're retired, it has not stopped them from asking and seeking and requiring that they should be supported.
I think needs will never stop, in my view, and we should not take the place of God in people's life. Try as much you can help, but don't really help to the level you break your back. It's not advisable.
Studies reveal that when the burden on retirees heightened during the pandemic, 35% turned to expensive loans, with the most common source being digital lenders. The gazettement of the Retirement Benefit Regulations of 2020 notes that Kenyans can access up to 40% of their accrued benefits for residential house purchase, provided the sum shall not exceed 7 million shillings. This is part of reforms out to allow Kenyan workers to have an early access to their pension, thus giving millions a chance to own a decent home before hitting retirement.
Because I've had very sad stories where an employee did not prepare for retirement. They did not even have time maybe to put up a house, and now they're waiting for that money so that they can put up a house. And then this money is not enough. The pension is not enough even to complete the house.
It might be helpful to actually look at housing solutions where you are staying to reduce your rental cost than putting money in the village in a project called a house that you're not staying in. How about you use that same cash to buy a house here in Nairobi so that you don't pay rent? Next time you retire home, you can actually convert that same that same house in Nairobi for rental income to actually value add to your income at retirement.
Incidentally, when I was schooling, actually I wanted to be broke.
In the 1 month she's been retired, Leila has learned a critical lesson.
As you retire, think of the period immediately after. Put some savings aside, some money that you can use before your pension comes, and immediately after you retire, when you get your pension, you should also have some money to keep you going, because the pension alone is definitely not enough.
The clock is ticking. Don't spend your future. Plan for it. Nokip Kimboy, KTN News, Nairobi.